Hello there. I would just like to show you a very exciting thing. For the last 4 months, sorry, you might want to see me twice, or maybe you might not want to see me twice, so let me just block myself off there. This video that you have to look forward to now is I would say a 10-minute breakdown of what I've been working on, and a friend, Eric, a former student, currently a student still, but we decided to go full-time and start working on Moodle. You might and will not know it as Moodle, you'll just know it as practice.dominochinese.com. And this is my screen here, and I want to show you how it works and what to look out for and what to be excited about. So let's roll the video. Okay, now first of all, you will actually come to study, and soon, actually in our next iteration here, practice here will give you a link if you are, mind you, a classroom student. It'll give you a link directly to practice.dominochinese.com. And here you'll be able to find, let me just show you first of all. I've recorded this one already, so it might get, I'm not entirely synchronized with the rest of the video here. But then as you can see here, you can see you have the different courses. Currently we just have course 1, course 2, course 3 and 4. So here you go into course 1, for instance, and as you can see here, we have each chapter as their own standalone thing here. Also after 3 chapters, more or less, every time we will show you a summary, a review week, which is what we will do at Domino Classroom here. And so this is basically the setup and the layout of things. Now, mind you that it looks, I want to block myself out here a little bit, too much of me, I feel. Now, mind you that, let's go into one of these, but mind you that they look a bit ugly right now. We are going to work on the design later on. That's much less important. Now, on each one, in each chapter, you can see lessons. And then you can see the grammar points related to that lesson. Also, soon you'll be able to see those grammar points with links to actual grammar points and not just words. Now, after each lesson, you can see we have lesson exercises or sentence exercises, and then we have spoken exercises. And then at the very bottom of each chapter, we have these things here. They're dialogues, okay? So dialogue 1, dialogue 2, dialogue 3. Okay, and now I've shown you the whole overall layout of things. So now let me dog in deep here, delve deep a little bit, and let's look at each different component here, okay? So here, you can see actually I've already passed it with the green thing there. This is a sentence, or like we can call it a lesson text or lesson exercises. We have like 6 or 7 different ways to practice it with. We can listen, we can write, we can listen or read, we can write and speak back, okay? And here you can see the different ones. There's like drag and drop, there's fill in the blank. Here you have fill in the blank in English. And then you can actually go for no or yes, and here's the correct one. Now, why I wrote that wrongly is not because I'm terrible at Chinese or English, but it's because I wanted to show you that this one here, you need to make sure that you pass every single question. We have actually set it up so that you have to pass each question of this entire exercise. It won't take you more than a few minutes, I would say. Now, also one thing that you might want to do is drag. For now, the drag and drop are actually put on the very side, and that's been reported, and we're working currently on a solution to that. So you might want to narrow your screen down, make it mobile mode friendly, and then the drag and drop boxes will appear right there. So again, as I go through all of this now, I want to remind you of the fact that you need to make sure that everything is passed. It's not going to be difficult, because if you get it wrong, we'll show you the right answer. And again, you have to get 100%, otherwise we will not count this as passed. So even though you do every single exercise, but you miss one, then we will still count it as not passed, okay? Now that you're done with that, you can actually go to spoken exercise, which is the next exercise, okay? And this is simply speech recognition. Pretty straightforward, I would say. So you need to activate first of all, and also please mind you that you need to be on Google Chrome to do this. There are another few browsers that might work with this, but it's simply because we're using a Google Chrome plugin to recognize your sound and so on and so on. So if you mispronounce it like I intentionally did here, or intentionally, I don't know why actually, then you'll just say it again. But it's also really good practice, because I want to show it to you here also. If you mispronounce it, it'll tell you what it thinks you sound like. So there'll be some characters that, oh, I can't pronounce this, or some sounds that you realize through these speech recognition exercises that you can't really pronounce. So it's really, really useful like that. And then you finish it. You only have to get, sorry about that, you only have to get 70% to pass the spoken exercises. So if they're too difficult, you can actually go back and, or not go back, but actually just skip the whole exercise or that question. You will still pass the exercise. So again, 100% to pass the sentence exercises, but only 70% to pass the spoken exercises. Lovely indeed, don't you think? Now, that's really good practice, and all of that is, well, we want you to get 100% or as close to 100 as possible. But now, let's scroll down a little bit further. Actually, yeah, you can see I've passed these ones now. I haven't passed that one, the black one. But now I've passed these dialogues as well, but I want to show you how I did it. Now, you only get one attempt at each of these dialogues. So make sure that you practice everything from the chapter first and then you finish up with the dialogue. Okay? Now, I want to show you some other chapters as well and see what it looks like and show you what it looks like. You've got after each lesson, you've got two of these every time, and here usually we would have 4 dialogues, okay? And then you can actually see we have 4 different types of dialogues as well. We have read the answer, listen and fill in the blanks, and well, 2 more that you'll see in a bit. So read the answer. This is my favorite one. Here you simply have to read the text in your own space and time, and then answer the questions below. Okay, then there's an arrow right behind my back that shows you the next question. And yeah, and there you go. And remember, you only get 1 attempt at this. So it will be marked as done as soon as you exit this page. Now you have to answer each question, otherwise it won't show you that you've completed this task yet. So you can still, even though you go into it, you can still exit later on. And so this is what it would look like. And now note that this will be automatically saved, okay? And then you can go to the next one, which is listen and fill in the blank. Now you're actually going to, listen. And there's also dialogue, and sometimes, especially in the beginning or the first few courses, they take a lot of time for me. But you can see we have explainer as well. You can actually listen to that one and I'll break down everything for you. And then you type down what you hear, you type out what you hear, and then you simply fill out the rest. Now, note that this is actually a bug that I want you to see. We didn't cause this ourselves, but we're trying to solve it. So you can show the solution, but if you haven't filled out the boxes yet, then they will actually not, when they show the solution, it will be actually a malfunction there. So make sure that you fill out every single box before you move on. Okay, lovely. So that's listen and fill in the blank, which is my second favorite. And third favorite is read and answer the question. Actually, no, this is not read and answer the question. This is read and fill in the blank. Sorry, it's got the wrong title there on the top. Okay, read and fill out the blanks. And this one here is you're going to listen to it and answer the question. So it's the same questions that we had earlier on, but now we're going to listen to it instead. And those are all the different dialogues that you'll get. Usually typically after one chapter, you'll get 3 different dialogues. Lovely. And this is the whole course page. And now I just want to show you another chapter here. You have, that's what it looks like here. But actually what I'm looking for is a chapter assignment. And you can find that after each chapter. Currently they aren't uploaded by this time, but here you can see chapter 1 sentence test. Remember, everything after this red line right above it, which has chapter assignments, only 1 attempt. These ones are just 1 attempt. So as I click this one now, that means I'm ready to take on this sentence test. And this one here will take the most difficult ones, actually only the ones where you have to type only in Chinese. So free text basically. Either by listening to Chinese or reading in English and translating to Chinese. Now, there'll be many different options. I've written down more or less like 20 different answers for each options, or for each question. And you can see if you're wrong, it will actually show you the right answer, but you cannot get it right. So it will stay and stain and impact your the end grade or your grade overall as well here. Okay, you don't get a second attempt. So make sure that you do this one correctly. This one, each exercise also has a weight. And these exercises, the ones after the chapter, the ones where you only get 1 attempt, those weigh heavier than all the other exercises. Lovely. And as you can see here, we have chapter 9 to 10. This is a review week. After 9 and 10, then we take another review week. And here I want to show you a few more things. You can see we have the dialogues. We also have 3 new things. We have write text. And here, it's simply that we want you to write a text. And this one will be manually graded by your teacher. So in this case, you can read the description very clearly, okay, what you need to do, the requirements. You need to write a text about etc., 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 and then you submit, and then you're good to go. And your teacher will go in and grade it manually and give you some lovely, lovely comments. Make sure you come back and you do that, because that's really going to impact your grade and give you a good one if you do this well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And it will help you so much to just practice Chinese in general. Now, 2 more things. Branching scenario. A very exciting thing that you'll get once at the end of every course. Now, this one here, I could talk for ages about. This is simply a branching scenario where you get put into a scenario, you get different ways you can solve this by. Okay, so with the information given, you'll be you need to answer something, which you can probably read your way to understanding it by as well. But the narrative will take different turns depending on how you answer simply. So let's start this one here. Are you ready to start? Now you only have one option, so I guess I'm ready. Okay. Then as you click ready here, the story will start. You can press full screen on the top left as well. But here you get given the hello text, and then you don't have to follow along there all the time. Now actually one path is not correct, is not finished yet. So you'll just ignore the last one there. But here you can see you just read a text, and now you're given a statement. Which one of the 2 statements would you like to say? Well, let's say that I want to go with this one. Lovely. And by the way, this one says that it's course 2. So this one is actually in the wrong course, but it also means that we will only use the words from course 1 and course 2, which is why it's perfect. Every single scenario and every single branch will only use the words that you've learned so far to this point. So let's choose this one, for instance. Lovely. And then, okay, now you get, based on that, now I've clicked the top left thing, so I went full screen mode. Now, based on what you just said and what was said earlier in the story, now this is the new thing that we want to hear about and that we can read. Okay, as we have finished reading that one, we click next. Lovely indeed. And then you get 3 different options here. Okay, which one do you want to say? Now, actually, there's 2 correct ones, but the one which I chose here is actually incorrect. So now that said, okay, sorry to hear. It actually, the option was incorrect. I can't tell you now for this reason, for reasons because you might actually make the same mistake, and then I want you to learn it by yourself. And then you have to actually go back all the way, trace back to the beginning of the story, and then go again. If you answer 5 or 6 questions, depending on the story length, if you answer them correctly, 5 or 6 questions, then you will finish the branching scenario. And this one will be marked as done. Also, the more times you fail and go back, the worse your grade will get. So if you get 0, if you have to go back 0 times, you get the highest grade. That's an A. If you have to go back, well, 10 times, then you'll get the lowest grade. Lovely. Now, the last thing I want to show you is interactive video. This is also a very, very exciting thing. Now, interactive video is, this basically is, we've latched on a camera onto one of our students and her co-workers actually. And so she will speak entirely in Chinese. And as something is asked to this person in the video, it looks like it's you because this person is wearing a camera. Then we'll pause the video and we'll ask you a question. So let's look at this then. So here the video starts. So basically it's told like a story, but from a first person point of view. So here you can see it. We have a phone call. You can't hear it because it's muted. But here this person asks, hello, are you downstairs? Or have you eaten yet? Or something like that. So then the question here is, 你吃饭了吗? Have you eaten? And you need to choose the right option here. Now, as opposed to branching scenario, there's only one correct option in this case. So you have to select the right one. Let's hope that I do that here. Have you eaten yet? And then I choose this one, which is actually correct. It will show you green. You get to continue, ponder and reflect on your marvelness and how fantastic you are. And then the video continues to the next part, the next question. And once the video is finished and you've answered all the questions, you'll get a grade. Again, similar to branching scenario there. Every time you answer something wrongly or incorrectly, then you'll get deduction from the full score. Okay, so there we go. Those are a few different extra exercises that I'm super excited about. And that's pretty much it from there. You have, that's at the end of the course. And yeah, and what am I doing now? Let's see. I'm going back to the dashboard to probably show you the different courses. Now, this dashboard might look different to you, but as you can see here, you can basically, if you're signed up to course 1 or course 2, we will show you those ones automatically. Right now I can see all of them, so course 1 all the way to 4. Lovely indeed. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I would like to thank you for watching this video. We're still working on a few other features as well that you'll get to hear about in the future. Now, this is all available to you, included if you are a Domino Classroom student, mind you. So if you are, well, congratulations. I hope you're excited about everything you've just seen. If you aren't, then let us know, and we will set you up with the best available course for you, and you'll soon be able to master Chinese fantastically. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon again.